Now, in this video, I want to teach you two things. The main thing is creating an offer when you have a cash buyer, which is not much different from a conventional, and also when what documents you need when it's actually a condo. So I decided to include both of this together because for the most part condos are really hard to finance. So the people that usually get condos are people that have cash. So in this case, I am going to use the property 2929 West Oak Ridge, which is a condo in Orlando. And the first things we're going to add, the first documents that we're going to add is, of course, the as is. Selected, go back to the search bar, delete that. So at this point, I need to discuss with my buyer if they are going to do an appraisal on the property, and if they want an appraisal contingency. So for a cash buyer, you do not have to have an appraisal contingency document. This is only to protect them in case they decide to appraise the house and the house doesn't appraise, then you have the power to back out of the deal or negotiate with the seller the price of the house. But since it's a cash deal, it is not necessary. In this case, I spoke to the seller, to the buyer, and we agreed that we should do an appraisal contingency. They're still very interested in the property. In case the house doesn't appraise, he's willing to do a couple thousand above the appraisal price. So let's just go ahead and do it. The next one we're gonna do is, of course, the La Rosa, the disclosure for buyer, and we're going to copy it. These are the three main documents I need to do from basically scratch. And now the other set of documents is the documents provided to me by the listing agent in the MLS. If it's not here, don't worry, you can always request them. You can also submit the offer without these documents as long as they provide them to you as soon as possible. Remember that they have to be signed and initialized by the seller first. Do not sign or initialize, or do not have your buyer sign or initialize any HOA, seller's property disclosure, lead-based disclosure, or condominium rider if the seller has not filled it out and signed and initialized first. So this is a condo, so the document that we need is the condo rider, which is right here. So we click on that. Now we have the lead-based paint because the house was, or the condo was built before 1978 and 1973. So we click on that, and we have the seller's property disclosure. Now, these two are the bylaws, guidelines of the condo. We don't need that. We don't need the buyer to sign that, but we can actually download it and send it to the buyer later on when the offer has been approved. So I have those three documents, and what I'm going to do is add document, browse, because I downloaded it to my computer. So this is going to browse in my computer, and I already have those three there. I copy them, and they should be uploaded on my loop. At this point, you should already have your loop. You should already have all the information about the property entered in the loop, and you should already have all the people involved in this transaction. So I am going to organize my documents. The as is goes on top to me. No, this is telling me that I am putting one document on top of the other and that I will replace it, but I don't want to do that because one will delete the other. So I just want to make sure the condo here. Nope, I'm doing that again. Make sure you don't replace one with the other. The appraisal contingency second, and there you go. So this is the order I like. You can do whatever order you want. So let's go ahead and start working on the documents.